Pretty stoned. I want to just address if there's any concerns with anything I've said and the Muslim and Islamic community. Namely, like, regarding Islamic burqas, Islamic headdress. I think that the burqa and Islamic headdress are empowering. I think I understand having a uniform, and I understand it as a symbol of devotion to a way of life and a set of values. I appreciate it as that, actually. I think in a way it's fantastic. I do worry when women have to wear it and they're forced to. And when I see the more conservative forms of Islamic headdress, I worry, and I think to myself, what is the environment this person is in? Are they free? Are they enslaved? And in that situation, I worry if the implementation of Islam is being done in a way which limits the rights of women. So that's my perspective on that one. I actually kind of like the idea of the Islamic headdress. I like the idea of uniforms. I think they have a place. I just worry when it's enforced. An important thing, I wouldn't say in public discourse, but public relations. Or diplomacy, that's another way of looking at it, is the ability to joke and do things just a little bit at each other's expense. I think it's a way of showcasing cooperation, because joking, I make a joke, then you make a joke, right? Sometimes it can be just a little bit insulting, because that's the game. If you give me a little bit of an insult, I can come back and with a funny one, right? It's a form of play. And anytime you want to get two groups of people to work together, you want to get them playing together, right? You want them to be able to engage in a constructive activity with one another, which kind of fosters a connection. And joking is the quickest and in often ways funnest way of doing that. That's my view. And I think when you can't joke, it's an escalation. Slavoj Zizek, who's this very famous philosopher, he grew up in around Yugoslavia, and there was a lot of wars there around the Balkans regions. And what he notes is that when people stopped being able to joke, and they used to make filthy jokes at each other, because you had the Jews, you had lots of different people groups. You had the Slavs, you had all these things, and like when they all at points hated each other, but the way they kind of lived in community was by this kind of terrible talk. Like, it was a cultural practice, and it was often very dark humor. I love it. I fucking love Zizek humor. But your these people, like, so the most important thing in public relations, and if you're able to track the quality and the safety of a society, is the ability for people, is the practice of people playfully making just very slightly racist jokes or something like this. Because then when you do that, you'll identify two different groups that you're engaging in the public relations with, and you're doing and there's like a little joke, there's like a little interaction. So I feel like it's actually quite psychological. Anyway, I think that's a good take. See ya.